Here she comes, running and driving. This is that lovely V8. Welcome back to the channel. My name's Kirby and this is a day in the life of a mobile mechanic. So we're starting off the day. We've just got this BMW X5 picked up, and you would have seen on previous weekly episode, this was a customer's car and she offered me it for scrap. Basically, it's got no MOT, it's been sat around for a year, it's got a few faults, so I bought it off her. I'll be doing a separate video on it, but yeah, it's a nice petrol V8. Right, let's get this parked up and then we'll head to our first proper job. Right, that was just a quick one really. Old Ford Focus for a battery. Nice nice woman. We just stood there having a little bit of a chat, to be honest, and then a few neighbours come out. She lived on this little courtyard sort of thing, so she said, oh, you got a card I can put on a notice board? So, yeah, that's great. A few people come out asking questions, and someone didn't even know a mobile mechanic existed. So yeah, so obviously didn't film it because she was there. Just gonna go grab a bit of lunch because that BMW X5 took a bit longer today. I turned up with the recovery driver and she didn't have the key. Her ex had the key for whatever reason. So yeah, have a bit of lunch, then we've got a bit of diag to do on a Ford Kuga, and then we've got a service on an Audi A3. And at the minute, it's dry. And I'm hoping it stays that way. Right, so we're at this Ford Kuga, and we are using the top-down top scan. So basically, it's a handheld pocket diagnostic machine, and you just download an app onto your phone, and then depending on what brand you want to use, you just search it at the top there. So at the minute I'm just downloading the Ford software. Now she did say it went into a limp mode, came up with service now. She turned it off and turned it back on again, and everything's been fine ever since. So yeah, we'll have a look into what trouble codes it's set, go from there really. So you come up with this front screen, so we're going to auto scan. So you see a list of all the control units that come up here, and then we're going to scan. Not showing any faults at the minute in the powertrain control module anyway. And look at it now. But the van's looking good. Right, so I just spoke to the customer as I give the keys back there, and got a bit more information. And yeah, it turns out it only really happens going up a slight incline at a certain speed. Now I had this issue with a Transit Custom I bought a couple of years ago, and there would be no fault codes for it. All live data was fine, and basically I bought this van from a dealership. I sent it back to them to be repaired. Long story short, turns out it was the injectors. 2 injectors were faulty, but by this time I'd had enough and got my money back. So I'm now thinking, maybe it could be the same as this. But yeah, the customer said it hasn't happened for over a week now, so she'll just see how it goes. And she's happy with that. Right, on to the next one. We've just got to go pick up parts for this service, and the rain stopped a little bit, but I think I'm still going to have to put the canopy up. just because I know what'll happen. I'll be halfway through the service and it will chuck it down. Right, just got to this Audi for a service and not happy. So ages ago, before getting the wrap, I got these doors sprayed and some dents taken out. About a week later, I got this one. You can just see something's just hit there. And then just today, I've just noticed this one here as well. It's not too bad, but when you've recently had paint done, that is so frustrating. So engine's all warmed up. 19 mil. Ooh. That is tight. There we go. Now, can I take that out without getting oil everywhere? Oh, we're meant to drop that in there. Right, whilst that's draining, we'll just open the cap, let some air through, and then we're going to take this Torx 30 off, get this, oh look, that's just dangling about, and we can get down there to the oil filter. That's the air filter out. You can see that's quite dirty. It's caught a few flies. Just waiting for the oil to drain out the oil filter out of the housing. That'll still be going right now. Yeah, you can just about see that. Good to see whoever serviced this last has at least used some quality parts. But that's for the bin now. And as always, we are also using quality parts. Now that might not look enough or a lot, but there will be some restriction there. Only be a little. Car will still drive, but I have seen filters a little bit worse than that, and they've caused cars to either not start or cut out or just run a bit rough because it's not getting enough air through. Anyway. Right, now what I like to do when I'm doing these fuel filters is just get a bit of blue rag around there. Just cover the belt area. And I mean the drive belt, not necessarily the timing belt because it's got the cover. That there. Get an old rag, just poke it around there. Sometimes when these come out they spill over, so what I'll do, I've got this little tool, see it's just got a flat edge, and I just get it in there, lever it up a little bit, work my way around gently. You're not bending anything. Just getting that seal up, and it should just pop up then. So once that's stopped dripping, we're just gonna transfer the filter into the drain pan and just drain out the remaining bits of fuel. Right, whilst we're in there, there's a seal around here. Just get that, and we've got the new one on there. Just a small dab of red rubber grease around the seal. That's too much, but we'll just apply that around there and then spread it around. That will just help that seal sit in nicely. Put that into position. Should be able to press that neatly flat just with your hands. Now I won't pretend I torque these up because they don't, I'm sure there is a torque setting for them, but I've never used it. And if you're experienced enough, you know not to go too mad with them, and you also know what is too loose. So they just need tightening up and a little turn, and that'll be fine. You really don't have to go mad with them. There you go, new oil filter in, new seals around there, there and there. Just pop that down. Try and do this one-handed, getting around the pipes. There you go, just drops in to that little space. Start it off by hand. Right, I'll just show you the old filter, if you can see this. Just started to distort up the top there. It's like a plastic capping it's got on it, and then you can just see, I think that's just where the filter is a bit old, and it's just it's sucked up enough oil and contaminants basically that it just starts to collapse on itself. So yeah, getting that at a good time. Now we've just got to do the pollen filter, check underneath the car, check the brake fluid, check the coolant, reset the service light, stamp the book, and that's pretty much it. Next up we have the pollen filter, which is just up here. I don't know why more manufacturers can't just make, I mean this is an easy one, but I don't know why manufacturers can't just make an easier location for all pollen filters. Oh, I can see the crap falling out of it already. Oh wow, look at that. Look at that. All that you're breathing in. All of that. That's what you're breathing into your cabin. Look at that for a difference. There we go. That's gone in there nicely. And then this just clips into the holes and slides across to lock it in. There we go. Now, even though this is a dog car, we've made a mess, so right, for oil, using nothing but the best Shell 5W30, and then we just put it into this container. That's all it is. Little click. Right, and in case you was wondering where all my waste oil goes, it goes into the old 20-litre drums. There's the old sun plug that fell in, and then whilst that's all draining, just get a bit of brake fluid just to clean out my drum. Now you might think, oh, it's only going to get dirty again, but I think it's just good practice to keep your stuff clean. And also the oil in the back, you can smell it. If I leave this uncleaned, I can often smell it in the cab when I'm driving. I must be earning too much money to go through a bottle like this. Now it's just going around doing all the boring bits. So check the tyre pressures, check the tyre depths, check the walls of the tyres, just make sure they've got no bulges in them, check the lights. They've complained that the reverse lights aren't very bright, but I think that's just, you know, how they are. They've said they've changed the bulbs a few times, so probably suggest some LED bulbs. So the first one we've come to do, it's actually slightly under deflated. 0.5 at the front. Right, again we're using the top scan. So we're just going to do an auto scan. So we've just done a scan, and I'm not sure you can pick this up if it's going to focus, but we've got cylinder 1 and 2 glow plug circuits, and they are active. We'll clear those codes for now. The rest of the control unit says no faults in. Pretty clean car for one that's done 108,000 miles. Now let's see if this top scan can reset the service light. So we've got oil reset up the top here. Dashboard. We're going to go to auto oil reset. Set OK. Right. Next thing, we're just going to leave this lovely smelling air freshener curbside, and then we leave a little service sticker reminder for next year. Right, that's it for the day. Servicing done. Picked up that car. Bit of diag. Well, I call it diag. It was a quick look at it really. There was no fault to find as such. Yeah, and I'm just waiting for a neighbour to get home because he's got a motorbike and he can't get the oil filter off. Apparently he's tried a couple of tools, so yeah, we'll see. We'll have a little go at that and see if we can get that off for him. Yeah, for now, that's it for the day, and hope you've all enjoyed it. Please comment, like and subscribe. Trying to get to 5,000 subscribers by, I think I said June. We're now February. So yeah, smash that like and subscribe. See you on the next one.